Hello, I'm Mary Kay Worth, and this is segment 4, the last of 5 steps in the writing process. And I am so happy to present this to you. Everything I'm showing you is related to children's books, but you know this goes for any books. It goes for all books. So my brief personal reintroduction is, it's me, Mary Kay Worth. And this will be segment 4, the last 15 minutes, and we will cover publishing. I want you to do a quick self-assessment first. Write the 4 steps so far, and then I'll read them off and you can check. Take your time. Write them now. There you go. Self-assess. I'll give you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here you go. The 5 steps to writing are: 1, brainstorming and inspiration. 2, drafting. 3 and 4, revising and editing. And today, we're going to cover step 5, which is publishing. Steps 1, 2, and 3 are done. And we've done the first 4 steps. So when you're deciding to publish, let's talk about that. This one, like I say, I could do a whole segment just on this, and I'll bet you're going to have questions about this. But you can do them actually privately. You can do them for a teacher, a homework assignment. You can do it for a card. You're going to send out a final copy. You want it good. You want it nice. But we're talking about children's books. So we're talking about family and friends. I actually had a vision to start a family legacy library. And this is the original, with all my own photographs inside it, of Dear Dear. And this was actually a Shutterfly book. It was supposed to be a photo book, but I made it into a book. And many people got this in my family. Eventually, this became a piece of published work, and it is now republished too. But self-publishing is often the way that people go these days. Major endorsement really only happens for the rich and famous. People don't get rejection letters like they used to because we have technology and we can publish. And we can go that way. And there are many, many companies now that actually support self-publishing. The major endorsement doesn't happen until much, much later. But I wasn't willing to wait, and I'm having fun because I get to teach anyway. So I did have this family legacy library, and I do have over 150 books in that family legacy library. It is amazing to me. So there was a financial investment with that. There was the Shutterfly investment with that. And then when I decided to publish, I only published 8, but there was a cost as for self-publishing for each one. And for each one, it cost me, I entered a contract, and how did I choose? Well, I ended up going the first time around with Author House, and currently I am with a different publisher, Good River Print and Media. Very different experiences. But one happened pre-brain bleed and one happened post-brain bleed. They have a lot to do with that. Setting your expectations. When you're self-publishing, they basically want to give you what you want. And if you don't know what you want, you don't even know what to ask. So I would encourage you always to talk to someone that has done it, that has had the experience, that can coach you a little bit on what to ask and have the expectations. One of the things that I will point out, like when I was in this republishing process, I said when I saw the first draft of the cover, I said, but where's Mark DeViller's name, the illustrator? And they said, oh, you want that there? Well, of course, I didn't do the illustrations. I want his name there. He gets credit for that. So you have to know what you want, and you have to say what you want, because they often won't prompt you. You won't get the kind of editing and things like that that you might expect, but it's not going to happen when you're self-publishing, that's for sure. And on the financial investment, I will just say that in this process, now I am up to, within the last year, I have spent $40,000. I have 5 books out of it and a lot of marketing. So I'm actually very excited about it, and we'll see what happens. The results are the proof in the pudding. If you don't get good results, well, then you're not marketing appropriately. Social media presence is important. Otherwise, keep your audience smaller. Just do it with family and friends, or your local village, your local towns. Local schools, local libraries love this stuff. They love local authors. And just know that there is revenue that comes in the form of royalties. Well, you don't get rich on children's books. It just doesn't happen unless you're famous to begin with. And usually you're operating in the red and not in the black. I'm hopeful that eventually I'll be out of the red and I can actually consider doing another project. But this current contract ends the 31st of this month. So, but I don't think my relationship with Good River Print Media is going to end. So, The Truth About Santa. It had a book just like Dear Dear had. It had a Shutterfly book. And then it became a published title through Author House, and with all printed with my own photographs all the way through it. But I helped with the design and stuff like that, and what my expectations were all the way through it. And when I got ready to republish this, I decided to republish my best sellers, and that's what happened this time. So this is the republish of The Truth About Santa. And Mark DeViller did all the illustrations for this as well. And there was an approval process for me and things like that. And it's been really good to know and hear my son say, Mom, this time I know you've got enough photographs. He said, but consider an illustrator. And that's what I did with A Lucky Stone Day, which you'll get to see at the very end. And so I continued with that relationship. And there are 4 books that are being republished. Truth About Santa was the first republished. Pop-Pup's Train Ride was another republish. And I purposely bought this out. It also had a Family Legacy Library book that I didn't bring, but I bought out both the softback and the hardbacks to show you that there was a price I got to give my input on prices and things like that. But you've noticed they're all anchored and they're all my own photographs all the way throughout. Not so with the republish. And look, even the size change. I got to do this. It's a much bigger size. And Pop-Pup's Train Ride is all been illustrated, and it says by Mary Kay Worth, illustrated by Mark DeViller. And I did the back cover too. They asked for text for that, and I gave them all of that. And then my poems all the way in here. And it's just awesome. And probably there are so many things in here that are so cool. But the one that's probably the coolest of all is the fact that this picture right here, my father actually looks like that. And my father, that's him in the sweater and sitting down. And my father loved trains. And my original book had him, the original published book, I did a video with him. That's really, really, really exciting. And I was excited to see him there. A Lucky Stone Day is my number 9 published book. And I published this after I got here in Virginia. I was encouraged by someone else that like, oh, Mary Kay, you need to write. And I said, no, I gave everything away. And they said, but you can do this. So guess what? I did this. And so A Lucky Stone Day, and it's also a big book, and it has been published, and it is for sale through Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. And I absolutely love the illustrations in it. Even on the cover, you can see that she's holding up a stone. A lucky stone has a hole all the way through it. And I have theories about what causes the hole, and we'll talk to people about that in my teaches. So there are things that are hidden in here, which make it very, very, very fun, very cool, just original, just fun, and just great to be able to do that. And I got to decide a lot of that, and was happy to be able to do that. The part of the marketing package that I bought included building a new website. And my new website is www.marykworthofficial.com. And right now it features a Lucky Stone Day and has all the other books that are ready for order in it. I'm still waiting for copies of the republish of Dear Dear, but Lucky Stone Day, The Truth About Santa, and Pop-Up's Train Ride, they're all there. The animated trailers are there, and I do the voiceovers. So the investment in the marketing package, even if you do just one book, and just think about some of those other pieces about who you might want to touch and where you might want it to go. Right now, today, this book right now, The Truth About Santa, this one, I'm getting it. Here it is, The Truth About Santa. It's in Frankfurt, Germany, at the Frankfurt Book Fair. And it is just awesome. That was part of my marketing package. Pop-Up's Train Ride will be in Bologna, Italy, at the Children's Book Fair coming up soon. I don't know yet where Dear Dear or Hey Elephant, Where Are You? But this I will tell you, Hey Elephant, Where Are You? Is printed in English and Ukrainian. And I have a mission project going along with this, and it's just blossomed and grown. And all of it happened through the publishing process. I got to design, I got to help and decide where photos were going to be and where they were not going to be. I got to do press releases and the book trailers, and I got to say something about purchasing and marketing. So I've said a lot, and I would just encourage you now to think about your questions, write and send them, and expect a response. An optional activity, you can answer and submit these questions to the presenter, and they'll get them to me. What, if anything, did you learn in this process? Why did the format work or not work for you? And then finally, what could be changed to make this better? I wish you nothing but goodness and say so long for now. And in Ukrainian, I will say do probachення. How about that? See what happens when you publish books? Bye.